Alright, this video is for my 1971 Chevelle to show you the gauges I have on the inside. I already have another video on these seats if you haven't seen them before. Look it up. Alright, so it's the Covan's Classic Thunder Road, I think it's called, dash for the Malibu. Sorry, I got a lot of bright shiny reflections, if that helps to see it. Let's see. So I don't want to put gauges in these two slots because the plan is to take a tablet kind of like that and put it either over there or down in the bottom, kind of like the new Tesla cars have it down there. But I got to work through some hurdles to get that accomplished. Right now I'm still just getting the car driving and that kind of stuff. Let's see. Oh, one thing I added to the dash is right there in the middle. That is not there whenever you buy from Covan's Classic. I bought something from a New Vintage USA that's an indicator array. And I'll kind of zoom in so you can see it whenever I turn the car on. I got the fuel pump off so it doesn't whine at us. So the few I have on right now, I disconnected the throttle position sensor, so that's the check engine light. It's a little dim just because of the way I have it plugged in right now. When the car turns on and the alternator goes, it gets a little bit brighter. So these two over here I have are for that's engine temperature. I have them just kind of tricked to force on right now. And then this is transmission temperature. It's like a little, let's see if I can zoom in. It's like a little exclamation point. And then you have the blinker, and what's the other one? The light. High beam in the middle. There's another one right here that's a big capital B with a circle around it for brake. It's meant for emergency brake, but I don't have one of those because I have an automatic and they're overrated. So I use the B for my line lock for the front brakes. And then I have down in place of the emergency brake a switch to go from auto to manual mode in the transmission so that I can have buttons right here for upshift and downshift of the 4L80E. I just haven't found the right brushed aluminum buttons that I want yet that are the proper depth and won't get in the way, but I'll get there soon enough. Right now it's just about getting the bare necessities working. So one thing I do up here at the dash, it's still Windows based, but I use it for my CCOM software whenever it works. There we go. I must have hit the wrong button. Alright, so I have the resolution really blown up. It's like 640 by 480 because the way I use it for is, well, it's hard to get the depth perception when you're looking through a phone. Gauge. So you have the gauge panel there. That was before I had gauges here, so that's kind of overcome by events now. So I slide it over, exit out, view, and then I do dashboard. So I've modified the master dash to show kind of the vitals that I'd want to see while I'm driving. I don't so much care about percent duty cycle of injectors at that point. So it kind of gives me the stuff that I don't want to build gauges for right now. Because to use an odometer gauge for, say, coolant temperature of the engine, I'd have to add a new sensor to the engine, and that's just another port I'd have to open up, and I want to keep the engine bay more clean than that. So, that's the air mode for the TPS C8. So I'm actually showing me I need to go plug something in. See, what else do I want to show? I got a little creative with I had a vacuum gauge before on my naturally aspirated motor, and a new vacuum gauge costs like $200. And since I'm about to do all the virtual gauges on the tablet, I didn't want to buy a new one just for right now. So in experimenting with this one, I realized that I could get in from the backside and manipulate the needle so that this is now 0 straight up and down because the engine's off, but it says 15 inches of vacuum. So now everything to the right is boost. Everything to the left is vacuum. I don't so much care about actual numbers right now, but if I'm into the boost, I want to know. And if I'm on the orders of magnitude of 5 psi, 10 psi, I don't know how inches of vacuum relate to psi, but anyways, it gets bigger. There's gas gauge. That goes down a lot. Let's see, air conditioning, because AC. What else? I think that's it. I haven't showed the engine bay in a while, so oh, horn work. Yeah, because streetcar. This phone doesn't. I guess the reflections makes it really hard to focus. Let's see what else. I'm going to turn this off. Take a quick peek at the engine. I haven't done too much since the last video, other than keep it clean and try to drive it as much as I can. Added the breather tubes to the back on each side. You can still get to the brake cover. I think what I'm going to do is get different valve covers and put the breather right there, like I guess local to the valve cover, and then have a drain port on the side that I would just drain into like a cup or a beer bottle or something, and then dump it out whenever I want, instead of having the whole catch can. I mean, basically the catch can would be built into the valve cover. Let's see, let me put my TPS back in before I forget about that and start to cuss. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that's about it. I still need to put a cover on the front here. It's going to close out all of that. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that a certain color and make the valve covers a certain color, like hydrographics, pretty much. And I got to put the grill in and the headlights, but I already have like all the blinkers and running lights and all that work. So cosmetic stuff, I tend to slow roll in the with the purpose of actually driving the car and getting it ready. I got the pimpling going just because I can. Those big bolsters makes it a little tricky when you're trying to lean over and fix wires and stuff. I think that's it. Yeah, oh, the other last thing is radio. So I think I might actually not have a typical radio here, but instead whatever tablet I put down here would be the radio as well. That's just a little idea I had, so not so sure about that, but in the meantime I got what I need to go places other than a windshield. Once I get that, I'll be riding dirty.